Chapter 1, Introduction. Survival Actions. The following paragraphs expand on the meaning of each letter of the word survival. Study and remember what each letter signifies because you may someday have to make it work for you. This manual is based entirely on the keyword survival. The letters in this word can help guide you in your actions in any survival situation. Whenever faced with a survival situation, remember the word survival. Which is size up the situation. Use all your senses. Remember where you are. Vanquish fear and panic. Improvise. Value living. Act like the natives. And live by your wits, but for now, learn basic skills. You gotta size up the situation. Look for concealment or cover. Remember the three things you need to survive: food, water, and shelter. Not in that order. Size up your surroundings. Get a feel for the area. Listen to the sounds of the area. Birds, insects. What about the people? What about your enemy? Size up your physical condition. Sometimes when the shit's really hitting the fan and you gotta get it, you don't realize you got cut or injured somehow. People have walked on broken limbs for a while before realizing, oh shit, my leg's broke. So, be sure to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Size up your equipment. When things go sideways, you can lose stuff, forget stuff, stuff can get broken or all used up. Take an inventory of what equipment you have left. And always keep in mind your basic physical needs: water, food, and shelter. Use all your senses. Undue haste makes waste. When you don't think, you can make a wrong move, and it may result in your capture or death, and we don't want that. Don't just move for the sake of taking action because you feel anxious. Think out your movements. Everything you do should be part of a plan. Size up your situation before you make a decision, using all of your senses. Just constantly evaluate and reevaluate the situation. Note sounds and smells. Be sensitive to temperature changes. Be observant. Pay attention, y'all. Remember where you are. Know where you are in relation to enemy areas and enemy personnel. Know where you are in location to your friendly units and in relation to your location to friendly units in controlled areas. Know where you are damn it, John. Know where you are in relation to the location of local water sources. Especially if you're in the desert, you better know where that oasis is or you're gonna die. And that would suck. It'd be a bad day. And keep in mind where you are in relation to the location of areas that will provide good cover or concealment. Sometimes you need cover and concealment. Vanquish fear and panic. Man, when you freak out, you ever made a good decision while you were scared or panicky? I haven't. Well, I have, but usually you don't. Usually I don't. Moreover, people make pretty rash decisions when they're freaked the fuck out. Take a breath. Woosah. You can get through it. Plus, panicking fucking is draining as shit. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't freak out. Improvise. Now, while it's true that we can go down to China Mart and get just about anything we need at a fairly reasonable price, this has led us to be kind of lazy. We don't improvise as much. We need to bang some nails. We get the biggest, baddest hammer out there or the cheapest hammer out there. But you know you can use a rock if it really comes down to it. Things you already have. Think of how many other uses they could possibly have. Don't go all Homer Simpson and start opening beer cans with your guns now. Let's be responsible. But improvise. Things wear out, things get broke, things get lost, things become no good, expire. Learn how to make do. Your imagination has to take over when your kit wears out. Value living. Now, America especially is moreover a really soft place. And we've become used to a soft life. That's not good. What happens when we're faced with a survival situation with stresses and inconveniences and discomforts that we're not used to? Well, this is when the will to live, placing a high value on living, is vital. Gotta have that. The experience and knowledge you've gained through your life and training will have a bearing on your will to live. Stubbornness, a refusal to give in to problems and obstacles that face you, will give you the mental and physical strength to endure. Be so goddamn hard-headed that you won't give up and die for a solution. Never. A. Act like the natives. Natives in a region adapt to their environment. Watch how people go about their daily routine. When and what do they eat? When, where, and how do they get their food? When and where do they go for water? What time do they usually go to bed and get up? These actions are important to you when you're trying to avoid capture. You gotta blend in. Animal life in the area can also give you clues on how to survive. Animals require food, water, and shelter. By watching them, you can find sources of water and food. In some cases, shelter. Like bats. Usually they'll be in a cave unless they're fruit bats in the trees. It goes back to knowing your environment. Live by your wits, but for now, learn basic skills. Look, you want to be able to live by your wits. You want to be able to survive no matter what hits you, just adapt and roll with it. But for now, when you don't have to, what should you be doing? You should be learning stuff like this right here. How well you equip yourself. If the lights went off tomorrow, do you have everything you need? If not, what do you need? Go get that. Now. In a minute after this video. And this goes back, they all tie into themselves. Know your environment. If you're going to the desert, you might want to plan to bring a lot of water. You're going to need that. If you're going to be in a jungle, you might need a rain slicker. Might be good for you. That's at least better than no shelter. If you're going to be in a cold place, wear plenty of clothing. Don't get hypothermia. Practice basic skills. The things that I will be teaching you and things you may have acquired elsewhere. Learn everything you can. Because if the lights go off, you won't have the internet. Something to keep in mind. To recap, survival. Size up the situation. Use all your senses. Remember where you are. Vanquish fear and panic. Improvise. Value living. Act like the natives. Live by your wits. But for now, learn basic skills. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and bang that bell and you'll get all the notifications for videos like this. Thanks for being here, y'all.